This is Super Yacht News with Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, I want to start with a correction. This is actually not a correction of something that I said, but it's a correction of something that it's a correction of a correction. Some people tried to correct me in the comments. There was quite a few, so I thought I would bring it up. Now, in the last video, we talked about MegaYacht Nord heading to South Africa, and I mentioned a place called the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. And I had quite a few people, interestingly, correcting me in the comments saying that surely it was the Victoria and Albert waterfront. Obviously, the place is named after Queen Victoria, and Queen Victoria's husband was named Albert. However, the waterfront was named after Queen Victoria's second son, who was Prince Alfred. And he visited the colony at the time in 1860 because he was serving in the Royal Navy. He was a hit when he went there. He was really popular. So they named the first part of the waterfront, or what is now the waterfront, the first part of the port there, they named it after Alfred, and then the second part of the port they named after Queen Victoria, so it became the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. Obviously the South Africans will all know that, but a lot of people were trying to correct me in the comments, so I thought I would just clear that one up. Alright, so on to the first story. Actually, a few videos ago we talked about a fire on a 25-metre Sunseeker yacht that was on Hamilton Island in Queensland in Australia. Now, at the time, we said that when the fire started, there was nobody on board. However, we've had some information come into us that there was the captain, who was a liveaboard captain, was actually on board at the time of the fire, as was the chef. Now, the story we were told is that the captain was actually in the shower at the time, and the chef came on board and saw the fire and alerted the captain to the fire, and they both evacuated the vessel. Now, I've not been able to independently verify this, but I have seen information that's come to us that says that this is the case. They also said that they believe the cause of the fire was a Dyson cordless vacuum cleaner that was on charge in one of the staterooms, caught fire and, well, started the fire, and the fire spread throughout the whole yacht, which is quite remarkable. It should be said that on smaller yachts, the fire suppressants, the fire systems on board are not as good as on the larger yachts, and that's probably why that was easy to spread. I'm not sure if that vessel was fitted with a sprinkler system or a high fog system. So the captain was very lucky to escape. If he'd been in his cabin, which the cabin, well, actually the captain's cabin's normally near the bridge, but if he'd been unaware, he could have passed out from smoke, so he was very lucky. Okay, so on to the next story now. Now, there seems to be quite a bit of an exodus of yachts from Turkey. As you all know, since the invasion of Ukraine, and since all of the vessels fled from Europe in a bid to avoid sanctions on the owners, or to preempt possibility of sanctions on some owners, because not all of those yachts that fled have sanctioned owners. But anyway, most of them have been in Turkey since, and we've noticed in the last couple of weeks that quite a few yachts have left Turkey for other locations. First one we noticed was a couple of weeks ago. It was MegaYacht Tanusha, which is a Russian-owned vessel, and it headed to Dubai, where it is today. The second yacht is Alexander Abramov's yacht, MegaYacht Titan, which left Turkey on the 28th of September, also headed to Dubai, where she is now. And Dmitry Robolev's yacht, we mentioned it in a previous video, that yacht, MegaYacht Anna, this is the 110-metre yacht, because he sold the other boat. He had a 67-metre yacht also called Anna, that he sold that. Now, they also left Turkey. They left Marmaris in Turkey, which has been there for months, and he headed to Qatar, which he's still en route there now. Oleg Deripaska's one of his yachts. He's got two yachts. He's got a yacht and a support vessel. MegaYacht Clio is the yacht, and a support vessel is called Sputnik. His yacht left Turkey also and travelled to Sochi in Russia via the Bosphorus Strait. And another vessel which is currently on the move is Leonard Mickelson's yacht, Pacific, which has now apparently been renamed Pacific X. This vessel was docked in Marmaris for a long time, and we got wind that the vessel was about to move, and it did. And it had the destination of a place I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce. I'll put it on screen also. Kanakal. That was the destination on AIS, but she blew straight through that location and then changed the destination to Izmit, which is near the Bosphorus Strait. And that's where the vessel is as we make this video. Now, it's possible that they're refueling and then they're going to go through Bosphorus and head to Sochi as well. That's just a guess, but it's just headed up to that area, and we thought that maybe that's a possibility. We'll keep you informed if that happens. So why are all these yachts leaving Turkey? I mean, it's possible they're just leaving because they got fed up being in Turkey and they moved. It's also possible that the restrictions from banks there, not allowing them to move money, has caused some issues for some of these yachts. But yeah, like I said, a number of yachts leaving Turkey. We'll keep you up to date on if any more yachts leave. There are still quite a number of yachts in Turkey. Abramovich's yachts are still there. Flying Fox is still there. And some other boats, Motor Yacht Romea is still there also. So there are still quite a few there. But we'll bring that to you if we see any changes. There has been a new yacht detained in Imperia in Italy. This is called Motor Yacht Maraya. Now, we're not sure why this vessel has been detained currently, but it is on a list of yachts that have been detained that we look at frequently. The yacht is the official owner of the yacht is Rasha Navigation Limited, which is the company that owns it. But we believe the yacht is owned by Mohammed Abu Ghazaleh. I'm not sure I pronounced that probably wrong. But he apparently is the actual man from Del Monte, if you might remember those adverts. He owns the company, the Del Monte company. He's originally from Palestine. Like I said, the reason for the yacht being detained in Imperia we're not sure about. And this could just be a dispute over pay. This is what usually is the cause of a yacht being detained. So what happens is maybe a company has done some work on the yacht and they haven't received payment within a certain amount of time, so they've contacted the authorities and got the yacht detained, so they'll definitely get their money. You know, it could be like fuel, or any company that has owed money could have had the vessel detained. Obviously, when we find out the reason for that, we'll let you know. The management company for this yacht is MegaYacht Solutions, which is in Newport in the UK. So we contacted them, of course, and asked them for a statement on the reason why the yacht's been detained, but of course we did not get a reply. Okay, so one last thing before we go, and this is a Motor Yacht Nord update. You all know the story of Motor Yacht Nord. She left Hong Kong with the destination of Cape Town in South Africa in the AIS unit there. She sailed through Singapore Strait and through the Malacca Strait, and then turned southwest to head to South Africa, and then turned off at AIS. That was about 5 days ago, over 5 days ago now. So we were according to the AIS before they switched it off. They were due to arrive at the destination on the 9th of November. However, we've had some information come into us that the vessel is possibly in the Maldives, in a place called the Adu Atoll. Now, we have not been able to confirm this. We don't have any pictures or any footage of the vessel in that area, but we put out a message today on YouTube asking if anybody's out there to get in touch. If you did not see that, and if you are out there and you know where that vessel is, please get in touch and let us know where she is. So there's a possibility she is in the Maldives now. So it looks like she might not be going to South Africa, which I'm sure will be disappointing for a lot of the people who watch the channel, judging on the comments of the amount of people saying that they can't wait for her to arrive there. But yeah, it looks like she's not heading there. She might still go to South Africa. She might just be on a detour, or she might never have been planning to go there at all. All right, so just one more thing. I just want to remind you that we now have a Patreon page. Be sure to check it out. It's a great way for you to support the channel if you're into that kind of thing. You'll get early access to new features, videos that will be advert free. We just dropped one on there today. In fact, you'll be able to suggest questions for an upcoming Q&A, which is going to happen in the next couple of weeks. You'll be able to suggest topics for new videos, and also you'll be able to watch exclusive videos that are not on YouTube. So be sure to check it out. It's patreon.com/eSysman. I'll put a link in all the normal places above and below and all that stuff. If you have any information, especially about Motor Yacht Nord, if you have any information about any of the stories we've done today or any other stories that we haven't covered, please be sure to get in touch. You can get us on the About page of YouTube channel. You can get us on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, and you can also get us on Threema. Be sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell for future notifications. The like button, very important, lets YouTube know that you enjoyed the video. And also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you've watched more than 2 or 3 of my videos, then you should hit that subscribe button. About 80% of total views of the channel are from non-subscribers. So let's change that statistic and get some new subscribers on the channel. All right, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.